Hello, welcome back. We have a number 15 today. It is still importing. There it loads. So we got number 15 zirconia crown today. The patient presented with an existing crown that had terrible margins that eventually developed recurrent decay. So it's a cavity underneath that old crown. So you're not really going to be able to tell in the pre-op, but this is what the tooth did look like. So if anything, I would say it's over bulky, but you could take an Explorer and fit it all the way up underneath that margin. She had like a 1 millimeter gap between the tooth and the margin, and eventually it just got a cavity. So we cut it off, removed the cavity, prepared the tooth for a new crown, and that's what you'll watch us do here in the next 10 minutes or so. Was it to trim my models? This makes the algorithm happy. It's better proposals later in the process. Loop. There's our prep. I don't love prepping something that someone else has prepped before, just because usually I find things that I wouldn't have done to begin with, but that's okay. We'll work with what we have. Ended up turning out okay. Certainly better than it was. All right, so here's the tooth that we worked on. We're gonna draw the margin twice. First time around, we don't really care where the line goes, and then the second time, be very, very precise here. Okay. Looks like a nice margin to me. Our insertion axis will be parallel with the long axis of each neighboring tooth. About right there. You can see that the last stock got into that tooth just a little bit. I did smooth it some, but we work with what we have. That's okay. Go next. Spacer is 120 microns because we want a bond. Good. Edit element pulls us into an AI proposal. So the artificial intelligence will guess what that tooth is supposed to look like. Then it is our job to make it look even better. Go to positioning. Mesial marginal ridge, I want to be taller. So let's get a different proposal. See if we can't have a better starting point. Specific mesial portion. About the same. That's okay. That's why we have our tools. So we're going to open shape circular. And I'm just going to start by using this. Typically, I'll go through occlusion first, but I'm going to fix this marginal ridge. Okay. Do we want to give occlusion anywhere else? Maybe here would be nice. This a little more bold would be cool. Transverse ridge, a little more action there. All right. You can see how that old crown was really chunky. Look at how much wider that buckle dimension is on her old crown. So imagine, having to clean up underneath that. It's not an easy thing to do. And then same thing on the lingual, like this is gonna feel so much better and be so much easier to keep cleaning her mouth. And the bite's gonna be the same. So let's finish our occlusion. We'll put the lower arch on, use this form remove tool. We're just gonna paint these green and yellow spots. Those. That looks good. Let's go back to smooth. So smooth will take something down or bring it up. It really just makes it less contoured, I guess would be the word. So it kind of like is like a melting tool. Bring all of that up. We'll have to do that occlusion again, but that's okay. Wanted that central groove to be a little higher, which is what I did there. Just use that shape anatomic and just brought that entire central groove up so that I didn't quite have quite as high of a hill and valley effect. Okay, so this is looking better. Good. Do you like the contour? This contour looks a little wide. I'll probably make that a little more narrow. Easy contour looks okay. I'd love to bring that marginal ridge up higher, but you can see where that lower cusp is going to be in the way with that occlusion right there. So we're just going to leave that alone. Just get rid of these other teeth, and we'll start by thinning this distal proximal contact. Far too much here. So we'll just melt that away. I'm cool with the broad double turquoise. I'm not cool with that much green, so we're just going to paint that in. That looks better. Same thing up here, is too much yellow. Okay. It's much better. Lastly, we'll check our articulator. So what happens when the patient's jaw slides around? This tool functionally generated that. Oh, there we go. That's our tooth. It's nice to me. I would put that in my mouth, as we used to say in the Army. So if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for our patient. Thanks for watching.